What if something dangerous was happening inside your body right now, and you felt absolutely nothing? No pain, no warning, no dramatic moment, just silence. What if, while you were sleeping, scrolling your phone, or sipping your morning coffee, tiny invisible threats were quietly forming inside your blood vessels, slowly, patiently, without making a sound? Most people imagine serious health problems come with loud alarms, sharp pain, emergency rooms, clear symptoms. But some of the most dangerous things don't announce themselves at all. They whisper. Heavy legs in the morning, a strange tingling you can't explain, calf cramps that just happen, feeling unusually tired after a short walk. You probably brush these off. Most people do. But what if these weren't random? What if they were early signals your circulation was slowing down and your body was struggling to move blood the way it used to? After 40, and especially after 60, your blood naturally becomes thicker. Your vessels become stiffer. Your circulation becomes less efficient. And that's when silent problems love to hide. The scariest part? The first 30 minutes of your morning can either help your blood move freely or quietly make things worse. Most people never think about that. But what if everything you've been doing each morning is working against you without you realizing it? Today, I'm going to show you 5 simple morning habits that can gently support healthy circulation, help your blood flow more smoothly, and reduce the conditions that allow dangerous problems to form. And number 1, almost nobody talks about. As we get older, our bodies don't break down overnight. They change quietly, little by little. After 40, and even more after 60, your blood naturally becomes thicker. Your blood vessels slowly lose some of their flexibility. Circulation doesn't move as fast as it used to. This isn't something you feel dramatically. There's no loud warning bell, no sudden emergency. It happens in the background of your life while you're living it. That's what makes this so dangerous. Most people believe that if something were really wrong, they would feel it. Pain, pressure, a strong symptom. But circulation problems don't usually work that way. They grow quietly. They hide. They blend into everyday aging. People think, I'm just getting older. I slept funny. My legs are just stiff in the morning. I didn't drink enough water. And so they ignore the signs. Mornings matter more than most people realize. After hours of lying still, blood flow is naturally slower. Your muscles haven't helped pump blood upward. Your vessels are stiff from inactivity. This is the moment when circulation needs support the most, and when most people unknowingly do nothing. Daily habits matter because your body responds to repetition. What you do every morning becomes a signal, a message. Either you're telling your body, wake up, move, flow, or stay slow, stay stiff, stay sluggish. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because once you understand how small habits affect your circulation, you realize something powerful. You're not helpless. You have more influence over your body than you've been told. Think of your blood like traffic on a highway. When you were younger, the roads were wide, smooth, and flexible. Cars moved easily, no bottlenecks, no slowdowns. But as you age, those roads begin to change. The walls of your blood vessels become a little stiffer, a little narrower. Not enough to cause a big problem right away, but enough to slow things down. Now imagine that traffic trying to move after you've been completely still for 8 hours. That's your morning. Your muscles have been inactive. Your legs haven't been helping pump blood upward. Your body is slightly dehydrated. Everything is slower, so your blood becomes thicker. It doesn't glide, it crawls. And when blood moves slowly, it tends to clump. Not dramatically, not all at once, just little by little. That's how silent problems begin. Most people think circulation is just about the heart, but your muscles play a huge role too, especially in your legs. Every time you move, your muscles squeeze your veins and help push blood back up. When you don't move, that pumping system shuts down. That's why people often feel heavy, tight, or stiff in the morning. It's not just old age, it's slow flow. Your body is designed to move blood constantly, but it needs signals. It needs motion. It needs hydration. It needs gentle stimulation. When those signals are missing, your system becomes lazy, not because it's broken, but because it hasn't been reminded to work. And here's the important part. You don't need intense exercise. You don't need medications. You don't need complicated routines. You just need to send the right signals at the right time, especially in the morning, because that's when your circulation is most vulnerable and most responsive. One of the biggest reasons people ignore circulation problems is because of the myths they've been taught for decades. These beliefs sound logical, they feel comforting, but they quietly keep people from paying attention when it matters most. Myth number 1. If it doesn't hurt, it's not serious. This is one of the most dangerous beliefs of all. Pain is not how circulation problems usually show up. They start quietly, slowly, almost politely. By the time pain appears, the issue is often already advanced. Your body whispers long before it screams. Myth number 2. Only overweight or unhealthy people deal with this. Not true. Circulation changes happen to everyone with age. Even people who eat well, stay active, and look healthy can experience slow blood flow. This isn't about blame, it's about biology. Myth number 3. I walk so I'm safe. Walking is wonderful, but it's not the full story. Most people walk later in the day, not when circulation is slowest. They also sit for long periods afterward. Movement helps, but timing matters. Your body responds differently in the morning than it does in the afternoon. Myth number 4. This is just part of getting older. Aging brings changes. Yes, but decline is not automatic. There's a huge difference between aging and neglecting signals. Your body is not fragile, it's responsive. Myth number 5. If it were dangerous, my doctor would have told me. Doctors are trained to treat problems once they become measurable, but early circulation changes often don't show up clearly on standard tests. That doesn't mean they don't exist. It means they're subtle. And subtle problems require awareness. Not panic, not fear, but attention. Most people don't fail because they ignore big dangers. They fail because they dismiss small signs. Most serious health problems don't start with dramatic symptoms. They start with sensations that feel vague, not painful enough to worry. So people dismiss them. They say things like, "It's probably nothing. I just slept weird." That happens sometimes. But your body doesn't speak in medical terms. It speaks in sensations. And those sensations are often the first clues that circulation isn't moving the way it should. You might wake up with legs that feel heavy, like they're filled with wet sand. Not painful, just slow. You might notice a tightness in your calves when you first stand, like the muscles don't want to cooperate yet. You might feel your feet are cold, even when the room isn't, or your hands take longer to warm up. You might experience tingling, not sharp, not intense, just enough to feel strange. You might feel a subtle pressure, a faint pulling, or a sensation that something feels off. Not wrong, just different. You might get tired faster than you used to. A short walk that once felt easy now feels slightly draining. You might feel mentally foggy in the morning, like your brain takes longer to turn on. None of these things scream emergency. That's why they're so easy to ignore. But these are often early signs of slow circulation, especially after a long night of being still. Your body is trying to tell you something, not in words, in feelings. And when those feelings repeat, morning after morning, your body isn't complaining. It's communicating. The danger isn't the sensation itself. The danger is ignoring it. Because what starts as subtle can become serious if left unattended. And the most heartbreaking part? Many people only realize this in hindsight. Imagine 2 different mornings. Same age, same body, same starting point. But 2 very different futures. Life A, the ignored signs. He wakes up feeling stiff. His legs feel heavy, but he shrugs it off. That's just age, he thinks. He sits down with his coffee, scrolls his phone, watches the news. 30 minutes go by, then an hour. His body stays still. The heaviness fades a little, so he assumes it wasn't important. Over time, these mornings become normal. The tightness, the cold feet, the strange tingling, the low energy. None of it feels urgent. Months pass, years pass, and one day, something doesn't feel right. Suddenly, the small signs he ignored don't feel so small anymore. Life B, the noticed signs. She wakes up and feels the same heaviness, the same stiffness, the same slow start. But instead of dismissing it, she pauses. She moves gently. She hydrates. She breathes deeply. She wakes her body up with intention, not because she's scared, but because she's aware. She treats her morning like a reset, not a rush. Over time, she notices something. Her legs feel lighter, her mornings feel clearer, her energy lasts longer, her body feels more alive. She doesn't feel younger, she feels more in control. Both of these people had the same signals. One ignored them, one listened. The difference wasn't genetics. It wasn't luck. It wasn't money. It was awareness and small, consistent choices. Most people don't realize this until something forces them to. But you don't have to wait for a scare to start paying attention. You can choose the second path now. Here's the part most people never hear. Your body doesn't suddenly fail one day. It adapts, quietly, slowly, gradually. When circulation slows, your body doesn't panic. It compensates, it reroutes, it adjusts. It does everything it can to keep you functioning. That's why you can feel mostly fine, even when something important is changing underneath. This is what nobody tells you. By the time symptoms become obvious, your body has already been struggling for a long time. Not in a dramatic way, but in a patient, invisible way. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're adapting. But adaptation has a limit. And here's the secret most people never hear. You don't need to wait for a diagnosis to start protecting yourself. Small daily habits don't just maintain your health. They send messages. They tell your body, I see you. I'm listening. I'm supporting you. And your body responds. Not instantly, not magically, but consistently. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness before crisis. Because once something becomes serious, choices become fewer. But when you catch things early, you have options. You have power. And most people never realize that power exists until they've already lost some of it. That's the hidden truth. Not that your body is fragile, but that it's responsive. And it's been waiting for you to notice. Here's the truth that almost no one ever tells you. Your body is not trying to scare you. It's trying to protect you. Those strange sensations, the heaviness, the stiffness, the slow mornings, those are not punishments for getting older. They are messages, gentle ones. They're your body saying, pay attention to me. Not with panic, not with drama, with quiet honesty. For years, many of us were taught to ignore our bodies. Push through, tough it out, don't complain, don't slow down. But listening is not weakness. Listening is intelligence. When you were younger, your body could absorb more neglect. But as you get older, it becomes more honest, more direct, more precise. It doesn't scream. It signals. And the moment you learn to hear those signals, everything changes. Because suddenly you're not waiting for problems to happen anymore. You're participating. You're not reacting. You're choosing. This isn't about fear of illness. It's about respect for life, your life. You don't need perfect habits or extreme routines. You just need to show up for your body in small, consistent ways. Every morning becomes a conversation, not a battle, not a test, a conversation. And when you treat your body with patience instead of pressure, it gives you something back. Clarity, stability, confidence, energy, trust. You start to feel like you're living with your body, not against it. And that changes how you walk, how you breathe. Aging doesn't have to feel like losing. It can feel like learning. Learning how to care for yourself in a deeper, quieter way. Your body doesn't hold grudges. It responds to kindness. This isn't really about blood, or age, or symptoms. It's about awareness, realizing that your body has been talking to you this whole time. And now, maybe for the first time, you're actually listening. Not because something is wrong, but because something matters. You. So many people spend their later years feeling like their bodies are slowly betraying them. But what if it isn't betrayal? What if it's communication? What if this is your body saying, I still want to work with you? Not perfectly, not forever, but honestly. And when you start responding with care instead of fear, something shifts. You stop waiting for problems. You start building strength. Quietly, gently, daily. And that kind of strength lasts. If any part of this felt familiar, I want you to know something important. You're not imagining it. You're not being dramatic. And you're not alone. So many people your age feel these same things and quietly assume they're the only ones. They're not. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about noticing, caring, choosing to show up for yourself. If you feel comfortable, tell me in the comments what you've noticed in your own mornings. Heavy legs, stiffness, low energy, or something else. Sometimes, simply naming it is the first step. We learn from each other here, and no one has to walk this road alone.